everyone, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. And happy belated Halloween to everyone who celebrates that. I don't mean to be to be I guess mean. I don't know. I'm to not be disrespectful, I guess.
Are you a Halloween Grinch?
No, I was gonna say, is there anyone who, like, specifically doesn't celebrate Halloween? Because, I mean, you know, obviously, I want to be respectful, but also, like, it seems like such, like, a generalized thing. It's just like, you know, just go get some candy, go have a nice night, dress up if you want to, if you don't, it's fine. It seems like such, like, a general thing. But, you know, I guess some people might not.
Well,
that's okay.
I would consider myself, I would celebrate, but I never have a costume in time, and I forget to buy candy, and I don't even open the door for kids because I'm afraid of kids, so I would really consider myself involuntarily not celebrating Halloween.
I mean, you're constantly in a Meryl costume, aren't you, Solon?
I'm a Halloween incel.
Great. There's definitely people who don't like Halloween. Like, I feel like I always see people complaining about Halloween. Like, it's... Also, Solon, did you say you were afraid of kids? Don't you...
You work at a school!
Well, that's on the on hours. On the off hours, I deserve a break.
Yeah, that's true.
And also kids in masks and stuff.
Sure.
I know what there is to be afraid of, because I work with them every day.
Also, don't you think
That's fair.
Don't you think that, like, zookeepers are still scared of lions and shit? Like, you know?
That's a really good analogy.
I don't know what they are, though.
I don't know.
You can't show fear to a lion, right? Like, they can tell. And...
Same with middle schoolers.
Stop!
You're just
talking
proving my
about
point,
some
Niall.
video games.
So video games happened.
Welcome to Video Game Choo Choo. I'm your host, John.
Wait a minute. No, I'm John. I'm not Solon. You're Solon.
Niall's here.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Hi, I'm here.
Don't steal me. You are not my phantom. I just got finished watching the Chip and Ironicus Metal Gear Solid Let's Play. So I'm thinking.
I hear that's like an award-winning, like, Emmy-produced show. Like, it's the Let's Play for the, like, glass toasting, wine sipping Let's Playtarians out there.
Oh, Chip Cheesem is the best Let's Play creator in the world. That dude puts the most effort into those games, into those videos. Astounding work. He not only did he do fantastic editing and gameplay for Metal Gear Solid 5, he played through the game 3 separate times to show off, like, 3 separate ways you can play the game, which is as Big Boss, which is just, like, as stealthy and as, like, perfect as possible, and then Venom Snake, which is just kill 'em all, let God sort 'em out, and then Vapor Snake, which is just, like, what if Snake was high as fuck and just did a bunch of dumb shit. And it's very good. It's all very good. It's not actually 100% complete. I think basically he's going to finish it on the day that Death Stranding is coming out. So that's next week. And, you know, there's only, like, some wrap-up stuff that he has to do. So it's pretty much done. But the actual, like, game is done. They did the full reveal, you know, showing off. Oh, spoilers for those of you that don't know MGS5. They revealed that, you know, Venom Snake is actually just a body double for Big Boss, because Big Boss had to go into hiding. All that shit.
I haven't played that game, and I knew that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows already. You know,
yeah.
So the game has been memed to death. Like, everyone knows everything about that game, even if you haven't played it yet.
Oh, has it been memed? Because I would hope so. That's one of the themes.
Yeah, well, yeah,
memes.
that was 2's theme. MGS 2's theme was memes, but no, this I just mean, like, everyone making fun of Miller and Ocelot being in your ear all the time. Just Ocelot being like, "Boss, you go ahead and take care of that business," and Miller just being like, "No, you can't. You have to kill everyone. They work for Cypher." Just constantly. It's very, very dumb game. I'm not really the biggest fan of MGS5, but
No, but Chip and Ironicus bring it to another level.
oh yeah, I mean, they can make anything enjoyable, honestly.
It's as someone who's produced a lot of Let's Plays. It is always understated that producing a Let's Play is extremely difficult.
It sure is,
and everything will go wrong constantly, no matter what you do, no matter how long you've been doing this. Everything will constantly go wrong when you try to hit record, and to put it in there to be like, yeah, we're going to record this 50-hour video game 3 times, and that to be like your conceit is I'm just like, wow, all power to them, because that is even beyond my skill and ability. Yeah. It's so much like echelons above me that I'm like, wow, to be able to say that got finished is just like wow, it's unbelievable and unreal.
Yeah, so I think he was unemployed for a good amount of it, but he just got rehired by Volition again. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so he's been doing a job on top of all of this. And then I guess after this they're gonna finish the Super Mario Odyssey Let's Play, and then after that he like tweeted something about maybe doing Misadventures of Tronbon, which would be the best because that game is really good, but not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah, do something much lighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easier. Hopefully just a single capture, you play through it once and go on.
Yeah, like you could finish that game in like 3 sittings, if that, Yeah. So, it's all good. But so, speaking, I guess, of Kojima's games, none of us have played it, but Death Stranding is out next week, and the reviews have hit. And the gaming world is abuzz with the discourse. And by that, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really seem as bad as it normally is, but, there's...
Are you gonna say the word? The word that rhymes with discourse?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of piss in that game.
Portman 2, there's a lot of piss. There's a lot of piss to talk about.
There's a lot of piss to talk about. But there's also a lot of mixed reviews, and...
Yes.
Even the good reviews are people kind of being like, well, it's got something to say, which is different from video games. And it's not different. There's a lot of games that say things.
Yeah. I feel like even like reading most of the positive reviews that have come out, like it's a lot of people trying to convince themselves they like that game.
And that sounds like it was part of the embargo process, was that they were told somehow, I don't know how you enforce this embargo, but they were told they had to complete the game to do the reviews before they put out a review.
Yeah, which is like an interesting... I'm sure like that's not the first time this has happened, but...
No, but people took to it really hard.
They did, but I think the majority of reviewers would have done so anyway.
Of course.
But everything I've heard about that game makes it sound like I want to play it because like it's such a big thing, but like I am not going into it with a lot of confidence in it. So maybe I'm hoping it'll surprise me, but from everything I've heard, it sounds like everybody knew it was going to be masturbatory and up its own ass, but it sounds like it thinks it has a lot to say and it doesn't, and it beats you over the head with this like very simple message for 60 hours to the point that like I saw, or I heard, I think it was Alex Navarro from Giant Bomb, he was talking about it on the Beastcast, and he was basically like, talking about feeling insulted by the end of the game because, like, to him at least, and I think Vinny felt the same way over there, was basically like, they felt like Kojima was treating them like an idiot, if that makes sense, which doesn't fill me with a lot of like confidence for the game. But maybe like it's another week from recording before it comes out, and maybe I'll sit down with it and it'll be fine and whatever. But it sounds like it's very much going to be you're going to love this or you're going to hate this kind of thing, which is
I definitely want to get into it, and people saying that it's 60 hours is a little generous, because I've heard it goes to 80, it goes to upper 100, and it took weeks to put these reviews together, which all power to those folks who finished it before putting their review out, because wow. But what I what got me excited was that someone finally explained to me what this game is about.
Right.
And just to be able to settle that. It's not a spoiler what this game should be about. That should be the selling point. But it's a hard selling point to make in a climate such as this. Because selling a game whose elevator pitch is you walk around balancing packages on your back and stealthing around monsters, and that's the entire game for 80 hours, while on the side you can craft and build things for other players, which is a little cool additional thing. It's a hard thing to it's not even that hard to explain, it's just a hard sell.
Sure.
There's nothing in any of those words that sounds appealing until you say, also there's celebrities in it. And then it's like, oh, Norman Reedus is here. Mads Mikkelsen's here. And so, yeah, now I actually know there's asynchronous multiplayer where you construct things to help you climb the world in the game. And when you construct something on other players' games and other servers, those things are built. Kind of like Journey, if that's a close analog, where it's like, it's not direct multiplayer like MMO server stuff, but it's that you can help influence each other. You can even like thumbs up people's constructions that they build for each other. And those are all things that I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And also it makes me really feel like I need to jump in on it day one.
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to change over time.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that, like, maybe if you play it in a year, like, you get a very drastically different, like, experience, provided that stuff has some level of permanence, I guess, in the environment, like, and isn't just a,
right.
You know, this is a thing that's going to be here for 12 hours or whatever.
Your two options are either A, it's like Journey and no one's going to be around in 3 months, so this entire interaction is going to be moot, or it's like Dark Souls where everything is everywhere always, and eventually it'll just be kind of cluttered.
Right.
With the best parts. Nobody will have made like half of a ramp to somewhere that doesn't make sense, but it made sense for them at the time. There's just going to be, all right, here's the best ones. Here's the best routes for everywhere. You're going to climb this mountain for 10 hours, which is something that you'll do, is just, climb a mountain for 2 sessions of your game time. And then you'll get over the mountain. You'll feel really, really good. I think. I hope. Some people did. Some people don't. It's a weird ask to be like, hey, go climb a mountain for 10 hours. There's no other objectives. There's nothing to stop or distract you. Just, you're gonna move up and then over. And then when you get over, you'll see green and it'll be grassy and it'll be nice. And you'll have to find your own peace in and around that. And a lot of folks don't want to find their own peace in a video game. That's not what they come to video games to do. Other people do.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that's what I've been seeing most. Reading reviews and seeing reactions is finding the people who will make their own meanings out of not nothing, but out of the time that is literally given to them for finding meanings, and the people who, when given that chance, are just like, I don't care. I need to be activated much more. I don't want to be in my own head.
Right.
For extended periods of time. So weird game, weird selling point. And I'm gonna look at it more. But it's gonna be the weirdest thing is, how is this game gonna stream? I mean, this is just for me, but it does not seem like an easy pitch for streaming.
No, it definitely doesn't seem like something that lends itself to a lot of like hijinks or, just entertainment. Well, entertainment's probably the wrong word, but like there's a certain tone you're often looking for something you're streaming, I guess. You want something that presents you with a lot of opportunities to get up to mischief or to break it in some way. And
yes, and the games that have long stretches of not nothingness, but long stretches of just like idle play, like Sea of Thieves, where you're sailing for 15-20 minutes to another island. Those, you don't have to do anything. You can just like entertain, chat, and interact with people and hang out on the boat singing songs and stuff. But in this game, you do have to like be paying attention at all times. While you're doing your idle play. The idle play is like you have to make sure all of your packages that you're carrying are balanced on you, because if you fall, you'll break your packages that you've been carrying for upwards to 10 hours. I mean, maybe there's something there, because there are other game play situations on like Twitch and on Mixer that are like that.
Right.
Where everyone's watching for the big, thing to fall over after many, many hours, so that they can capture that moment and be like, ha, now you have to go back. I don't know. There is a, people have compared it to QWOP.
Yes, I've seen that quite a bit.
Like, yeah, you fall over and you splat, and it's funny. And it is funny. Norman Reedus fall over. But it is even more like Bennett Foddy's other thing, Getting Over It.
Oh, yes, sure.
Where you're playing this game where it's the same play loop for a very, very long time until you do like one little thing and get a little farther, and you're like, I did it! Everyone, look, I did it! And there's some good success moments in there. So maybe that's a place you could come at it from when like playing it and performing it live, or just playing it by yourself.
Yeah, something that I do really want to like see in that game is like, I've seen multiple people reference there being like something that happens at roughly the halfway point of that game that nobody is allowed to talk about or show or like anything. And it was so like, I'm very interested to find out what that is. But
they're keeping up mystiques. It's good. But
it also kind of sounds like it's going to be like a thing that a lot of people just don't get to, because it really very much sounds like you will know in the first like 2 to 6 hours whether this is going to be something you can sit through, which we'll see. Like this might wind up being the kind of thing where it's like you played it for 4 hours and you hated playing it, but you watched the cutscenes on YouTube or something. Like it feels very much like it could be that. I haven't seen anyone say it like specifically, but I sort of get the impression we might be back to some of the like worst parts of like Metal Gear Solid 4, like cutscenes that go on for fucking hours. Which like I liked those. That's the impression I've kind of gotten, but like nobody has come out and outright said like, listen, there's 90-minute cutscenes or whatever in this. But God, I hope not, because that made Metal Gear 4 such a slog to get through. But we'll see. Like again, it's not out for another week. We probably won't like have like at most somebody might have played it for an hour or two by the time we record the next one of these. So you're talking 2 weeks before we like can really dig deep on this. But I would assume we're all gonna have a lot of thoughts on this in a couple of weeks.
I think so too. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited to see how the gamers take this one. Because how are they going to take the walking simulator Norman Reedus don't fall over piss chucking challenge game?
Well, it's Hideo Kojima, so they're going to kiss its ass.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
there's a lot of that already.
Then they'll have to do that. I was going to say the other part of me is like, yeah, they all played Days Gone earlier this year, so
and they all loved it. So
yeah, this is up their alley.
Yeah,
it's all marketing.
But, like people. There have been other big games that have come out and have been deliberately paced that gamers have not been thrilled with. So who knows? Like I feel like this is going to be polarizing, not just critically, but I feel like most players will feel like, I feel like a lot of people are going to go into it wanting to like it a lot and just realize they don't.
Yep.
And it'll be interesting to see whether those are the types of people that usually double down, even if they don't really like it because they think they have to, or whether they like people turn on this very hard.
What will break the gamers?
Right. It'll be interesting to look at the Metacritic like 2 or 3 days after the release and see like what the difference between critic and audience scores are. So, yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, you throw piss at people.
You do.
At ghosts. And blood.
Ooh.
You infuse bullets with blood.
Ugh. That's grody.
It's kind of gross.
I don't know how I feel about that. But
there's a baby too. We didn't even talk about the
yeah,
baby.
there's the fucking
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, I've
We'd be remiss.
I've seen some people say that the stuff about the BBs is extremely gross. So
Oh, and they're literally called BBs.
yes,
They're birth babies or bridge baby.
bridge baby.
Bridge.
Yes.
God bless.
Yeah, I've seen some people say that that stuff is real bad and like.
It must be. I saw a Rick and Morty ad about the bridge baby.
Ugh.
Woo! All right.
Was Kenny Omega in it? Was Orange Cassidy there as whichever character he was on Wednesday? I don't know.
The All Elite Wrestling Rick and Morty Death Stranding super crossover.
Oh,
no
God.
one asked for.
It's rancid.
All of Western media combines into one mega production.
Then also Sans from Undertale is there because, of course.
Da-da.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that, right, John? Kenny Omega dressed as Sans.
Absolutely. I was just, I stumbled upon it. It was very startling. I was like, I don't really watch wrestling anymore, but I was just, checking some stuff out, and I was like, I'll check out some AEW for a hot minute. And then Kenny Omega's thing, they started doing some Undertale shit, and I was like, yeah, it's Kenny Omega. He's doing his thing, because he's always got to do Undertale, because, he's friends with Toby Fox. He has to remind us he's friends with Toby Fox. But as soon as Megalovania started playing, I was like, oh, and then Kenny just walks out in a full fucking Sans cosplay, and it's like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I just started screaming bloody murder, like, no! It was a nightmare. It was very funny.
Jim Ross having to pretend he knows what Undertale is or whatever.
I mean, the highlight of that night was during the Rick and Morty segment when Jim Ross did, in fact, in the most dejected voice I've ever heard, go, wubba lubba dub dub.
Yes, that was the cadence, too. That was exactly the cadence.
It was very good. JR, I hope you're getting paid well for this.
Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is.
Well, then good.
Getting fully paid in barbecue.
He has barbecue already. Why would he need more?
When you got good barbecue, how could you say
Yeah,
no?
I guess you're right. So, big reason why I'm worried about Death Stranding is that Death Stranding is the meat in a John Michonski game sandwich that scares the shit out of me. It scares the shit out of me, much like Halloween does, because I don't have a lot of time right now. It is extremely busy. I have to do a lot of work for my classes, and because of that, I'm spinning a lot of plates, and I've only been able to I've only really played one game this week, and I'll talk about it in a moment. But that game came out this past week. This week is Death Stranding. Next week is fucking Pokemon.
Oh, jeez.
That is quite the sandwich.
That's a spicy sandwich.
Luckily, this first game is a lot easier, and I might just get Death Stranding a little bit later because I'm very, very busy. But
what's the first game? What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh, yeah! Okay, cool.
So, I'm a really big fan of Luigi's Mansion, the original. It's my, second favorite GameCube game, behind Melee, of course.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely up there. It's got amazing atmosphere, fantastic music, fun gameplay. It's unforgettable. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best looking Nintendo games. And then they made Dark Moon, which is the sequel, which I guess is pretty much Luigi's Mansion 2, because this one's the third one. And Dark Moon disappointed me. Dark Moon was...
they couldn't give away Dark Moon.
Well, some people like
literally, it. I literally got it as a gift from someone because their company could not give them away to the employees.
Some people like it. Some people are Darkmoon apologists. I don't think it's like a bad game, but you compare it to the first game, it doesn't hold a candle. It doesn't have that atmosphere. The gameplay is extremely stilted. Just nowhere near as good.
I didn't ever play it because I got given to me no box, just the cartridge itself, and I don't know where that went. Because, you know, when you get given a game, you're like, sure, I'll get to this, I guess. Uh-huh. Thanks.
Yeah, well, Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out. On Halloween, even. So, you know, some real timely stuff there. The new Ghost game. And I'm not finished with it. I'm about halfway through. And I don't want to say it's as good as the first one. I don't think it is, still. But it's very good. It's definitely... it's one of those... It's... As long as it keeps up the momentum throughout, it will definitely be one of those, like, oh, a must-buy for the Switch. You know, one of those, like, hey, here's the list of first-party games you should buy if you have a Switch. It's going to be on that list.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
It feels incredible to play. So for those of you who maybe don't know Luigi's Mansion, the whole point of it is Luigi has a vacuum on his back that works kind of similarly to, like, you know, the Ghostbusters pack, except in Ghostbusters you would grab the ghost and drag it into the trap. In Luigi's Mansion, it sucks up the ghost and then it's kept inside of inside the vacuum bag until you go to the laboratory and drop them off. And so you travel around like a haunted area. In this game, it's a huge hotel. And you go around and you use the vacuum to interact with your environment and capture ghosts. So the big difference between Luigi's Mansion 3 and the original is that in this game, it's more about interacting with the environment than it is about catching ghosts. In the original game, it felt more like there were a couple of puzzles here and there, but Luigi's Mansion 1 was definitely more combat-focused. It was more about capturing the ghosts. It was more about, you know, being in these big groups of ghosts and figuring out how to handle them. It was about interacting with the portrait ghosts, which were like the themed ghosts, like the ghosts of the people that lived in the mansion. So, you know, you'd have like the chef, the maid, the like little girl, the baby. There's all these like just people that would live in a mansion. So in this game, there are a big reason why people didn't like Darkmoon, and also something that was that I thought sucked, was there were no like themed ghosts. There was no like actual designed ghosts. They were all very generic, or they were boos. And the generic ghosts have always been in there, you know, they're just like the mooks that you fight. And in 3, they actually brought back the designed ghosts, the actual, like, themed ghosts. I wouldn't say they're as good as the originals. So far, halfway through the game, there's only one of them that actually talks. And in the original, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure, like, most of them talked. But they definitely have personality, and because of the way that the hotel is set up, there are, instead of it being, you know, like, just one mansion where it's just based around the rooms that would be in a mansion, you know, like the foyer, the kitchen, the bedrooms, in Darkmoon there were just a bunch of different small mansions that were just themed around different things, like this one's like, whatever. In Luigi's Mansion 3, there's a bunch of different floors in the hotel, and each of the floors has a theme. And it feels more like a theme park than anything. Like, if they had made this game, like, instead of a hotel, just be like a theme park, if they just called it, like, Luigi's Carnival or something, I think that would have been fine. But, you know, I think they make do with what they have, and, you know, it's really fantastical at times, and, you know, I can't complain. Like, you have to be pretty pedantic to, like, sit there and be like, oh, there's, like, a castle in here. Why? What? Like, it's a haunted mansion. It's a haunted hotel. It's fine. But yeah, like, so you go to the different floors, and in each floor, there are different puzzles to solve. So, for example, I just cleared like a greenhouse level. And of course there are ghosts that you fight, and the boss of that level is like a gardener, like a ghost, like this old dude who's always got a watering can, and if he drizzles his watering can on a plant, it grows gigantic. It's like a big, scary plant. So
yeah, you fight Groundskeeper Willie on that floor.
Pretty
that
much,
makes sense.
Pretty much. Except he's not taking you down to him or anything. You're just fighting him. So you instead of just going around and dealing with the plant-based enemies or whatever, this big like beanstalk grows, and the entire level is you climbing up this beanstalk. It's you going from room to room, finding corridors that you can take to get onto a different leaf. Like if a staircase drops, then you fall into a room and you have to figure out what you have to interact with in that room to make it out and back onto the beanstalk to keep climbing. You are fighting ghosts in pretty much every room, but it's not 100% guaranteed. In some rooms, it's just like, okay, there's like one ghost hidden in like a drawer or in some interactable. And usually if there's a room like that, that ghost is tied to a collectible. Like there's a bunch of gems that you can find throughout each floor. And so sometimes a gem will be a ghost. Sometimes you'll find a gem by interacting with something. And it's all based around the different things that your vacuum can do. So the vacuum can suck, and it can blow out air. You can also press a button to emit this like ghost kind of like, it basically makes invisible items appear. There is also a plunger that you can shoot, which if you've played Smash Brothers Ultimate specifically, you'll know that Luigi's grab is now that plunger. That's because that was like a hint for Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't even think Luigi's Mansion 3 was announced when they showed off that plunger. I think it was in the Castlevania trailer, when Luigi died.
Oh, I thought that was always like a Dark Moon thing or something.
No, the plungers.
Really?
The plungers from 3, yeah. So that was the reveal, was when Luigi used the plunger on the mummy. That was the first time people saw that. So everyone was like, wait, is there a Luigi's Mansion 3? And then like a month or so later, they announced Luigi's Mansion 3. And it was like, oh shit, okay.
All right, Luigi's Mansion fans are out here. That's great.
You're talking to one. Yeah. So, yeah, there's just and so when you shoot the plunger out, if it's something that it can stick to, you can suck up the rope end of the plunger and then pull, and then you can use that to slam things or open up doors. Just all kinds of neat.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. It's really dynamic feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you get, like, Luigi is actually empowered to, like, cause pain now. He is a fighter, almost, in this situation.
Yeah, so, and not only can you do all of those things, but there's also Gooigi, which...
okay, yeah, explain this one to me.
So, Gooigi was originally in the 3DS port of Luigi's Mansion. And in that game, he was just player 2. If you wanted to play co-op, it was just Gooigi. But in this game, you can still do the co-op, but also you can press a button to have Luigi come out of Gooigi come out of your vacuum, and he can phase through like walls where if you're like in like a cell or something, he can just walk through the bars. You can't just walk through any wall. It's just like if there's like if you could shove Jello through something, then Gooigi can walk through it.
Okay.
And
can you wait? You said phasing. Can you explain this process to me?
I mean,
Luigi comes out of the vacuum. Does he come out of Luigi himself in any way?
Like on Luigi's back, there is just like a canister of goo attached to the vacuum, and if you press the button, Gooigi comes out of it.
Okay, and that goo comes from where? Is that
the back of
does
the
that come from Luigi?
Egad gives it to you. The scientist, he gives it to you.
Okay, so it's not Luigi's goo.
It's not Luigi's goo. I guess it's Egad's goo if you want to be specific.
Yeah, where did he get the goo?
He invented it because he wanted an assistant on his ghost hunting.
And when you say invented,
yeah,
I guess he created the goo. I don't know.
All right, I guess our trail ends there.
That's all I know. That's all I know. And then another neat thing is that you can kind of control both, not necessarily at the same time, but you can set up things like, for example, if you need someone to like continuously rotate something, you could have like Guigi start like blowing air onto the wheel or whatever, and then
to hold it in place.
and then if you switch to Luigi will keep doing that action, and so then Luigi can go do whatever he needs to do while they stay there and do the same thing. Or if
that's kind of neat.
Or if like you need to pull on something, if you both need to, you can set it up so Luigi can like shoot out a plunger and then like be sucking up the rope end. Switch to Guigi, he can shoot his own plunger, start sucking it up, and then if you press A, both of them will do it, and it'll be both of them together.
Oh, that's really cool. Just a nice little puzzle solving. Wow, that adds a big dynamic to things, actually.
There are just so many dynamics with each of those things. Like
so this can't be a horror type game anymore then. This has to be more like puzzle, fun, cutesy.
Right.
Yeah, like it's not spooky, like it's not scary, you know. There's still
Luigi is
ghosts.
not alone anymore, and that I think is what really drives the tone of this game. If Luigi's got Guigi, he's not alone anymore, so he doesn't have to wander the halls being scared of ghosts going, Mario.
He's still scared. He's still definitely scared.
Oh, yeah?
You know, Luigi will always be scared, but I think he's a little less scared. He's more like excited about things. He's like throughout the
fear has changed
throughout
for
the
Luigi.
Throughout the entire game, I'm just sitting there thinking about how adorable Luigi is. Like, you know, when he gets startled by something,
Aww.
he's like jumping, and then he like collects himself a little bit. When he collects, because the main thing that you're trying to do is because you're trying to ride the elevator up all the way to the top of the hotel. Whenever you beat a boss, you get a button to the elevator, so you can put the button back in and go up to that floor. Whenever he picks one up, it's just Luigi being like, "Wahoo! I did it!" And he's just so excited, and he's so adorable. And seeing him
do you think Luigi's getting more confident in himself, and do you think he has new techniques for like centering himself when he gets afraid or scared or agitated in any way?
I think he is. I really do think he is.
Wow.
And
That's
seeing
character growth.
him interacting with Polterpup too, like Polterpup is always just like going.
Hold up.
Oh,
What?
do you not know? You know what? You're right. You don't know Polterpup.
Please,
I don't either.
Please explain to me what
Yeah.
this is. This sounds delightful. What's Polterpup?
Polterpup is this cute ghost dog that Luigi got in Dark Moon, which is definitely the best part of Dark Moon. Yeah, it's just this cute little dog. He's just like it's Luigi's pet. Like Luigi got a pet ghost, and it's his best friend. And it's just
He made friends with the ghosts.
yeah, and it's so cute. Like Polterpup will just pop up in different places, and it's really cute because sometimes Polterpup will like scare Luigi, but like, you know, when Luigi gets scared by something that's like a ghost or something, like he'll just and like fall over. But if it's Polterpup, like he'll get scared, but then he'll just be like and like he'll just be like, it's just Polterpup, and he'll like be happy to see Polterpup. Like it's just so adorable. Like, because like, you know, he's like it's a ghost dog. He can't help being a little scary, but like, you know, like Luigi's like okay with it because he's like, you know, I know you love me. It's okay, you know, like it's so cute. It's so cute.
Put Polterpup in Smash right now.
I'd be fine with like a Polterpup assist trophy. Sure, you could like startle.
Yeah,
people.
reskin the Nintendogs to just add a Polterpup in there instead. That would be great.
I mean, that would be better than the Nintendo because then like Polterpup could be like translucent, so it wouldn't completely cover up the screen.
Oh yeah, no, it'd just be see-through. It would actually like completely defeat the purpose, but it'd still be funny as hell.
Yeah. But I'm very much enjoying Luigi's Mansion 3. Again, I see. I think you just kind of have to think about what you're coming to this game for, because if you're coming to it as if it was Luigi Mansion 1 again, you'll be a little disappointed. But if you're just coming to it like, I want this game where you're just going to see all the different neat ways that I can interact with all these puzzle rooms with the skills that Luigi has, then you'll walk away very satisfied, I feel like.
I saw a little bit of it streamed last night, and it is gorgeous. It's everything kind of looks like those videos of like, what if Mario was in Unreal Engine?
It's very pretty.
Where like there's a lot of darkness to it, and then literally everything that is in the game has some kind of ambient glow around it, and it just makes it all look really. It makes all the rooms that you walk into really deep feeling, like they go in deep, and then you can. It just looks cool, and more importantly, it changes the tone a lot because it's not about what you can't see. It's just about, hey, this is what is bright and glowy, and I want to collect it, and I want to suck it up with my vacuum right now.
Yeah, like you walk into a room and you just start sucking everything up. Like there's a lot of garbage all over the place, but then there's just money just everywhere. Because another thing about Luigi's Mansion is like it's all about the dinero. I don't know exactly how it ties in this game, but in Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2, the thing was that you wanted to get as much money as possible, because depending on how much money you had, at the end of the game, Luigi would get a nicer mansion at the end of it. It's just like a cute little bonus thing. So I don't know how exactly it works, because in this game there's actually an in-game shop, and it's really basic stuff. It's just 3 things. Like one of them is just basically extra lives. Like if you die, then if you like, they're golden bones, and if you die, Polterpup will show up and like eat one of the bones and then lick you awake.
Aww.
Which again, very cute. And then the other 2 are just like, oh, you can get this to find gems, or you can get this to see where on the floor a boo is. Because something else from Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 is each floor, I think it's each floor. Each floor has a boo where you walk around the floor and your controller will vibrate, and you have to find like an interactable, like, you know, like a drawer or like a garbage can or something, and if you find exactly where the boo is, then it'll come out and you can fight it.
So a boo is different from a ghost.
Yes.
Are they different species? What's their relationship here?
I feel like they are ghosts, but they're just definitely more powerful, because King Boo is the main villain of Luigi's Mansion. Like, all of the games, it's always about fighting King Boo.
Oh, right. The Boos have a hierarchy.
Yeah,
they have someone who is in charge.
Yeah, the plot of this game is that Luigi and the rest of the crew, so it's Luigi, Mario, Peach, and then 3 Toads, all get invited to a hotel, and they're just like, oh, they think it's just going to be this nice resort. And it turns out that the lady who owns the resort is, I don't know if she is a ghost when they get there, or if she gets turned into a ghost, but she reveals that she lured them there to put them into paintings for King Boo, because she released King Boo. Because she also invited, she also invited Egad, because Egad had King Boo in his in like his lab.
It's very clever of the Mushroom Kingdom to use a monarch like King Boo to like teach the Boos, like, hey, if you work hard after after your term of service has ended with the Mushroom Kingdom and you have expired and died, you turn into a Boo. But it's okay, because maybe you can be a King Boo if you continue serving the Mushroom Kingdom after death. Very clever, and it makes sense that they would want to use King Boo to, make a lot of money off of this opportunity.
I guess. I mean, I don't...
When you're in service to King Bowser, you're in service for life.
I mean, it's...
And in death.
I mean, it's... I don't know exactly where on the hierarchy they are. Like, I don't know... Does King Boo work for...
I mean, Boos are used for everything.
Well, because the thing is that, like, I know that Boos show up in games where Bowser is the villain, but I don't think King Boo has ever, like, explicitly appeared in something under Bowser, you know? Like, I don't think he's ever worked for Bowser.
True.
Because I feel like the only time I remember seeing King Boo in something besides a Luigi's Mansion game is in Double Dash, because he's playable in Double Dash.
And he's in Mario 64, but that's kind of a...
I don't think
Isn't
that's
that King Boo?
King Boo. I think that's just a big Boo, because King Boo has the crown.
Yeah.
He's got a crown. I don't think that was King Boo.
Right. Okay, well, that makes even more sense that someone would have to, give gifts to the king to make sure that, like, hey, are we allies? Are we together? Are we good?
I mean, King Boo just likes to capture people in portraits. Like, that's what he did. That's what he did in the other games. Like, he kidnapped Mario and put him in the portraits. So That's what he's doing in this one. He kidnapped Mario, Peach, and the Toads and put them in portraits. So that's what's happened. And Egad.
Luigi's got to stop buying haunted real estate.
Like, anytime Luigi gets invited to something, he needs to just be like, okay, there's going to be ghosts here. Like, anytime, like when Mario gets invited to something, there's a chance it's okay. Like, if it's a sports event, like, he could just go to that and it'll be fine. But then sometimes it's something with Bowser, but Mario can handle that. If Luigi gets invited to something, 100% it's ghosts. Like, no question.
That's ghosts. It's gonna be ghosts, Mario.
Just to get to my vacuum cleaner.
No, they just asked for me, Mario. You know what it is.
Yeah, you are going to get kidnapped.
Watch your ass, Mario.
No, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. I would highly recommend it if you have a Switch. It's great.
My brother dressed up as Luigi for Halloween yesterday. It was so delightful. My little brother was Luigi. It was the cutest thing. He FaceTimed me. He's like, "Hello, big brother Mario," and I was like, "Oh shit! Do you know Luigi Mansion came out today?" And he's like, "No, I don't own a Switch." I was like, "No."
Yeah, there's Luigi's Mansion. Niall, do you want to talk about anything? What's been going on with you?
Sure, yeah. So I've been playing a little bit of The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I know you've been playing it as well, Solon. And
Yes, I have.
So I don't like Fallout at all. I really dislike Fallout, honestly, but from what I've played so far, I actually think The Outer Worlds is a very, very good game. The only experience I've ever had with Fallout, I should clarify, is Fallout 4, which I came away from being like, you can't make these kind of games anymore. That was my takeaway from it, was like, this came out in a post-Witcher 3 world, this kind of game does not work anymore. It just can't. And Outer Worlds very much does work. It is well written, it is structured very well. For an Obsidian game to be this light on bugs, and for a game of this style to be this light on bugs and so tight, is very, very surprising.
Hey, you enjoying talking to people for 10-15 minutes on end nonstop?
I'm enjoying it a lot more than I've ever enjoyed it in a Bethesda game.
No, I'm surprised. I'm just yes, I'll go down every path in your dialogue tree.
Right, and I feel like one of the weaknesses, or something that I've always considered a weakness of those, this style of game, is I've never really felt connected to any of the characters, whereas I feel like Outer Worlds does a really good job of making you care about your crew. I think Parvati especially is a fantastic character. She is so well written and well realized that I dropped everything else that was going on because I wanted to see her side quest story or whatever, because it's just so well done and well realized. And
it's really rewarding at the end too.
It is really rewarding. And I appreciate that they have kind of gone out of their way to take a formula that was 2 or 3 years ago feeling extremely dated and extremely archaic, and they've somehow managed to turn it into something that feels whole and condensed and streamlined, but still feels expansive and ambitious in a way, and just they got this type of game as right as you can get it. I will say that this game immediately makes it obvious that it has something to say about capitalism, and it really never stops on that, which is great.
Yep.
The whole universe it presents is just this nightmare late stage capitalism critique, and it's actually really well done and really effective. And supposedly, if you want to, you can turn against the obvious politics that the game is showing you, or what the game has to say, and go down a completely different path, which is an interesting idea. I don't think I'll ever go down that path, or I don't think I'll ever play through it again. I'm honestly not sure if I'm even going to finish this first playthrough, because I feel like I've hit a point where maybe I've gotten everything out of it I need to after 15 to 20 hours.
That might be true. I want to talk about that the first chapter kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
But I want to talk to you about the format itself, because you've played Fallout 4.
Yes.
I came at this after playing Fallout 3, which was fun until you got to the end about 5 hours in, and it was miserable immediately after that. Those games, and even Fallout New Vegas, from what I understand of the plot, their stories are in order. You have to save the world because you have to get water to the free world, or you have to get water to New England. Because fresh water, all water's poisonous, so you got to do that. That's Fallout 3. Fallout 4 is you got to save your baby. And Fallout New Vegas is, I'm pretty sure you got to get revenge on the people who tried to kill you.
Right.
This game, the story is all of you are cryogenically frozen for 70 years longer than you're supposed to be, going to the new worlds, these outer worlds. And everyone that's on your ship is just stuck frozen in space, and a crazy scientist bailed you out and told you, hey, help me save all of these people that are in this ship too. There's no time limit. There's no pressure. There's nothing that is necessarily pushing you forward on that, which gives you a space to freely explore all of the worlds to your fancy in a episode of the week, what is it? Ethical problem of the week,
right?
Kind of situation. It is very episodic.
Yes, it is,
and that's what's really gotten me. And I don't know if that's gotten you too, but it is okay to have a Pavarti episode. Yeah,
it is, and I think that the way it structures itself really lends itself to that kind of, it very much feels like sort of a serialized TV show in a lot of ways. It kind of has that progression through it, so it is very easy to just be like, I want my Parvati episode, or I want my Felix episode, or whatever. And I think that just the way it's broken up, and the fact that you can also just decide, I don't want to engage with any of this and go straight to the end if you want, basically, it allows you to sort of pick and choose the way to play it in a way that I feel like this style of game kind of doesn't normally do. I know, they tend, they always give you these, in these kind of games, the freedom to do whatever you want in whatever order or whatever. But I always feel like I have to do either everything or I have to critical path it. Whereas with this, I feel more okay, I can do just the stuff I want to do and be completely satisfied and not have to engage, not feel pressured to engage with anything more outside of that. And I don't feel that I'm missing anything by not engaging with stuff. I don't feel like I'm just critical pathing it. I feel like it's very well thought out and very well scripted in such a way.
It helps that the last path that I got, that was main path, was, hey, collect $10,000.
Yeah.
Take your time. And I'm like, oh, great. I'll spend my time with all these other characters that I just met.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm really glad that when it hits you with that, it also introduces a ton of companions and stuff around the same time. But you can also just skip that. You can also just be like, I can land in the dangerous area instead of getting this pass key for 10,000.
Yep.
So again, that's a thing you can skip if you just don't want to interact with that system. You don't have to, and I think that is it's streamlining it in a way that I think Bethesda could really do with learning from, because a lot of the time their games because I say Bethesda because they're the ones that make these style of games, and this is very clearly, a Bethesda style game made by Obsidian, but those games always feel bloated and huge for the sake of being huge, whereas this kind of shows it's okay to be a little tighter, and it's okay to, be more deliberate with what you're doing and to limit things in a way that makes sense,
and stop making people think that they're going to care about factions. All the factions are the same at the end of the day.
They really are. They really are in most cases.
They're just point dumps.
Yeah. And
mechanically speaking, they're the same.
Yeah, they are. And I feel like that your standing with factions doesn't really have much of an effect on what's going on in the world either.
Unless you want it to. If there's ways that you can really push down specific paths. that I've found just kind of tinkering around, and I'm like, whoa, this is kind of weird. You can play a pro corporate, like not stooge, but like power player,
right,
and get all of the corporations to really, really like you,
right,
and they give you stuff for that.
Yeah, and you can sell out your mad scientist friend like immediately if you want to. Like,
just immediately. You could. I think there's a really short route to this game if you wanted to like just make it like a really brief experience.
Yeah, you could.
There's a couple that are a little more beyond just like like dying or something.
Right.
Doing something that gets you killed immediately or something like that.
Yeah, and I feel like giving players that opportunity to put into it what they want to put into it and still get something back that feels appropriate and rewarding is a very smart decision on their part.
I've been role-playing as a himbo.
Okay.
I am very, very dumb the entire time.
Great.
And I've only been failing upwards.
Yeah, I'm not playing as a dumb character or whatever, but like I've seen that like if your intelligence is like super low, you just get speech checks for that. Yep. Like instead of persuade or intimidate, it's just dumb.
I don't know why anyone wouldn't take a -1 in intelligence, because it gives you a whole bunch of numbers for all of your other stats. You like can put all of that into power or all of that into speechcraft, and just it makes the game really imbalanced, and you get the dumb options that always succeed. The dumb, they are literally labeled as dumb dialogue options, and all of them are like, sorry, I wasn't paying attention, or at the end of my last encounter where I was, we had to make the big decision, and I made the decision, and I looked dead in the eyes of the person who I screwed over in that decision, and just said, I pressed some buttons, I don't know. And they were just like, God damn it. Of all the things to happen to me, you happened. And there was something really satisfying there.
Yeah, I really like it. I also think it looks really nice. Like I really like the color palette that they're working with. Like, again, in contrast to something like Fallout, which is very drab looking and very, you know, purposefully so, but just like walking around in the worlds that they give you, everything is so colorful and lush, at least from what I've seen so far. I've only been to...
very saturated palette in a way that's appealing. A lot of things glow.
A lot of things glow. Just like
almost fluorescent feeling.
And just like the contrast often between, like, especially if you go through, you know, forested areas or whatever, the like colors you're seeing are not ones that you would typically associate with, you know, a forest setting in real life, but going through them in this game and seeing them, it's like, oh, that's really nice looking. Or even on like that like starting area that you start the game in, you have, you know, a forested area, you have like off in the distance you can see just like a lava flow or whatever, and it's with this like weird like future past colonial like aesthetic to the buildings and everything. It's just a really nice, like, you know, vibe.
All the details are there. You can see that, like, you can see about 3 generations of people have lived here, because there's that many houses that many abandoned houses worth of people on the outskirts of town. And then the big conflict at the beginning of the first area is that the tuna cannery that this entire city is built around is failing, and you need power from either this tuna cannery or from all of the people who have left the cannery. They have abandoned their work, they've abandoned their post, and fled to the outskirts. So beyond the outskirts to this own place, where this chick is running a sustainable anarchic co-op, and is trying to keep it afloat in spite of the constant maraudings that are happening. And so both of these are 2 doomed to expire civilizations, very tiny communities, that if you don't do something, regardless of what you do, one of these communities is done. And so you got to make your choice. You got to figure out which one's more sustainable. But then when I showed up and this lady's like, yeah, we've got fertile soil here. And I'm like, this soil isn't fertile? Are you telling me? I had to be like, real shit? It looks pretty green around here.
It does.
Because it's just very pretty. Taking all those sites is like, this place is gorgeous. You couldn't grow stuff here? No, I guess you couldn't.
And I really like that, with that choice specifically, like, going into it, like, you feel like, okay, there's an obvious good and a bad choice, but then, like, just before you make the choice, you get presented
the Pavarti factor.
Yeah, she, and like, she gives you a reason to pause for a second, and, like, I didn't... Like,
she explains the pros and cons to you of saving the tuna factory that is destroying these people and not even like letting them get medicine. They just have to work through their illnesses. Like horrible late capitalist, like super wild stuff to take in. And she has to be like, hey, that's my friends and family.
Right. And she, and she's like, ultimately her, explanation didn't sway me to that side, but like, it did make me think, like, yeah, okay, this is going to have an effect on the world. And then, like, going back through that area again and just seeing the ways that, like, it has clearly already affected the people living there. Like, no matter which choice you make, innocent people are going to suffer, basically, with that. Which is a very fine line to toe, because it always risks coming off as you saying, well, both sides are bad, or, like weak, like limp-wristed centrism stuff, but like...
Well, it's not even that. There's actually...
But they do it
part
well,
of it
is what I'm
that
saying, like, so it doesn't
they do
come
it
off
well,
like that.
And no matter what choice you make, there are bad things that happen, and there are really good things that happen.
Yes.
Which is the weirder part. And so... I'm going to just give me like a minute of time to spoil the different endings that are out of that main decision, because this is the first decision in the game. I don't know anything farther than this. But I did the exact same thing where if you... I took power from the cannery because I saw this sustainable place where people were actually growing their own food, and I was like, that is sustainable. Even though you have a very good labor workforce that are proudly doing work, that is not sustainable. And so I chose with her side. I don't remember their names. I feel awful. The other option is that if you say, hey, we got this cannery, we're going to keep it up. You are kind of a sociopath and kind of a murderer and kind of, I don't want to work with you. She'll get really pissed. And everyone else that's in her camp will be like, it sucks out here.
Right.
If the foreman will take us back in, we've been living out here for a month and a half, I think. And we will not last another 2 weeks out here. So... Thank you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to get behind the walls that will keep us safe from bandits and marauders. And it's like, whoa, wait, where was this at 2 hours ago? But then even further, you actually get another option. You get another choice after that, and that is to oust the foreman of the cannery.
Yes.
Which is this even more like middle ground, like, oh, we will remove the person in power at the cannery who's been abusing everybody and instead put in charge this chick who is fully capable of running a group of people in a healthy and sustainable way. And now that'll fix everything. So it's like you can keep putting Band-Aids on until it's like this perfect little society. But even then, there are still problems after that. And it's just cool how well they follow through with the responsibility of choice and how you as a main character can keep helping people, and there is still things that will be problems that you can then further help them with, except that there will still be problems. And it just feels very honest in a way. It just feels like they follow through on threads that other games that I would play, especially when I played Fallout 3, they just end. those ideas just stop.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I ended up saving the world of Maryland by dying with my dad or whatever it was to get bottled water. And it was just like, oh, well, okay, that's the end, whatever. But here, that doesn't happen. It just keeps going and the world keeps spinning while you work with it. It's so cool to see. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I am too. I didn't think I would like it at all. I only tried it because it was on Game Pass, and I've been very pleasantly surprised.
Okay. I'm glad you all enjoyed the Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Solon, is there anything else you want to talk about? You did your Wii event. Why don't you talk about that?
That old little Wii
that
thing.
Chestnut, yeah.
We spent 36 hours playing the worst Wii games we could find last weekend. It was called the Weekend Invitational, and wow, we are going to do it again next year. It was incredible. It was just another, we did this last year. This is our second year, and we raised almost $1,500 for charity for Take This and for mental health awareness. And it was, the games were awful, but the fun was there. It was really, really great. We had a lot of people over, a lot of other streamers, a lot of other folks, and they came over in spite of me saying, hey, do you want to stand in a room in front of a green screen and actually have to work to play games by waggling and play with the worst motion bar sensor controls you've ever seen? And they were like, yes, I would love to. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for inviting me to play Carl Tucker's Redneck Rodeo.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. God, that was the worst game. That was so boring. They made a redneck minigame game full of minigames, and they were all so boring. There were a lot of surprises. I think the most surprising one, besides we now have standards. We have the Black Eyed Peas experience, which is just dance, but only Black Eyed Peas songs for a straight hour. And High School Musical Sing It, just classics of the 2000s. Those have just become mainstays because they're fun. They're fun because even though the games vaguely work and the products that represent them are so dated at this point, it's just fun to play with other people in that. The other one was the crappy game shows. We played Family Feud, which we were ready to have to perfectly spell out our answers for stuff. Because if they would be oh, name 5 things that you would use a spoon for, and we'd buzz in, and then as it would pull up a virtual keyboard, but that keyboard would actually, as you fill things out, it would fill itself out with words that could be the thing. And so it's had its own dictionary, and it was oh, this is actually really easy to use. And there was 8 of us playing as a family feuding together. And it was oh, this works out with our weird specific game show-esque format already, that this was perfect. I don't know how you would play this by yourself or anywhere else, but it worked for us. Yeah, there was the weekend was full of special moments. Niall, what part did you come in for?
When I came in, you were playing the M&M's kart racing game. Which, as soon as I turned the stream on and I heard the approaching sound barrier yell, I started having flashbacks to watching it last year, and that game especially is just so bad. I didn't see as much of it this year as I wanted to, unfortunately. So I don't know if you played the what was it called, Action Girls Racing, which was even worse last year. I remember.
We made our donation goal for Action Girl Racing for the entire kart racing block, as long as that happened, that was. Oh God, it was incredible and we were so busy doing weird stuff that we maybe like played like 3 or 4 races in Action Girls Racing. At one point, I had to like stand backwards and wear like 180-degree vision goggles while racing.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so it took like 4 minutes to do a lap.
Yeah.
But I did it. And I fucking did it.
Yeah, I saw at one point, because I was in and out that night, like I saw at one point, was it QB and somebody else had to like play blindfolded? It wasn't QB.
Yeah, that was Mikey and... Okay, so
that's right,
Mikey and Phil had to play Bigfoot truck racing blindfolded while our friend and co-streamer V, she gave out instructions. She was very helpful. She did her dang best to help them both combined with one hand on the Wiimote together drive Bigfoot.
Yeah, that was a disaster to even watch.
Very proud of my show.
Yeah, I feel like it must have taken them 20 minutes to do like 3 laps or whatever. Like, I was just sitting there watching, being like, "Oh my god, this is never ending." But yeah, what else did I see you guys play?
So the other one in that that kart racing pack that has me inspired for next year is Billy's Broomstick. Oh, what's it called? Billy Willy Harry Potter's Broomstick Magical Broomstick Racing. I don't remember the actual name. I don't remember the name, but it is the exact same developers as Ninja Bread Man.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
And, so we had that and Action Girls Racing. All 3 of those are the same developers. And so they have the exact same capabilities and abilities. We actually like by the end of it started to see like, oh, this one was later. They were actually starting to get better at dialogue for menus and for walkthroughs. And we started noticing like the patterns that specific developer, Data Interactive, Data Design Interactive, DDI, they made a lot of games for the Wii, and all of them were abysmal. And now we have enough of them that I could like legitimately play through most of their catalog inside of this like weird event, and that could just be a really potent suffering block, especially if I find more of that developer, because they use the same menus every game. They use similar janky bad controls regardless of whether it's a racing game or a platforming game. They're off their ass. And we played through 3 of them over the course of this weekend and started just being like, oh, hey, that's here too. Oh, they reused that whole menu, didn't they? Great. By the time the broomstick racing one was almost impossible to do because it was a racing game that you had to only use the nunchuck to drive. You did not need the Wiimote. I was driving just with the nunchuck, and I gave my partner Furret, he held the Wiimote in his hand so that he could hit the pause button and restart when I asked him to, because eventually, like, each race would just break down. So I'd be like, all right, restart it. Let's go. And I was just racing holding only the nunchuck in my hand. That game was unreal that we even learned how to play that. We learned how to play so many bad Wii games. I can tell you so many secrets on how to play these just abysmal games. We could do speed runs of these. Oy. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Well,
we waggled.
Well, thank you for doing that for a good cause, Sol, and I'm glad it was so successful.
Yeah. Oh, and my team lost. The blue team, the balance board bandits. In our thing, we have a competition to beat the most of these Wii games that we can, and we give points based on good performance. This year, we also gave points based on donations, and I made fun of the wrong people at the wrong time, and ended up making chat really not like me and my team, and they started donating to make sure the other team got a lot more points than I did. And so out of all 4 teams, I got last. and they made sure that all 3 of those other teams almost tied for first. There was a 1-point difference between all of the rest of the teams, and I was way last place by the end of it.
Damn.
Which was fine, and it was for a good cause.
Mm-hmm. So, I personally don't really have anything else to talk about. I feel
Nothing else?
So, I feel like everyone's probably saying, but John, aren't you the kind of person that would talk about maybe some big thing that happened? You know, maybe
But John, aren't you the kind of person to talk about the big thing that's happening?
Yeah, you know, the one that's all about the stuff that's not supposed to be out there yet, you know, maybe like leaks.
Oh, we got leaks? Leak talk. Let it leak.
Well, I'm sorry to say that I don't know if I'm turning over a new leaf, but I'm erring on the side of caution. I don't want to talk.
I'm glaring at you right now. I don't believe it. I'm skeptical. You don't want to talk about the leaks?
I really want to talk about the leaks. I'm just nervous. Just here, just tell me this and be honest with me.
Ditto evolves.
It almost did.
Oh,
No.
damn it.
Be honest with me. Do you think I would get in trouble? Do you think the big N would look down at me with disdain if I talked about leaks that I did not perpetrate? Do you think they would be upset with me?
Let me look at the fan casual Pokemon Discord that I'm in.
Okay.
Oh, hey, they put a link to the leaks in there. I think you're good, my friend.
Alright. Okay, so...
Oh, that link is from Smogon forums. Yeah, I think you're fine.
Alright. Okay. I don't think the big sites are necessarily covering it yet, but I guess someone in Indonesia somehow got themselves a copy of Pokemon Sword/Shield, and leaked a bunch of Pokemon.
Swan/Smoon.
Yeah, should.sm or swa. I'm not going to go too far into the details, because again, I don't want to spoil. This is me being honest here, okay? I don't want to spoil too much, but they showed off the fully evolved forms of Grookey and Sobble.
Yep.
And those are pretty funny. They showed some of the more generic Pokemon, like I guess a fox Pokemon that evolves into a longer fox that has a mustache that I guess is basically based on Guy Fawkes. Like, you get it, Guy Fawkes.
Hey! Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually.
There's, I guess, Meowth has a Galarian form that turns into a weird steel type thing. It's fucking crazy. There's so much. And if you dig around a little bit, it's all out there. It's interesting to see the leaks that are happening right now. Grookey, there was that leak from a while ago about the evolutions, and those seem to be real. Because Grookey sure did turn into a big gorilla with a drum. I don't know if I would call what Sobble turns into a spy, because honestly, it just looks really horny.
Yeah, he evolves into Leather Daddy Rango. Remember the film Rango with with Johnny Depp?
Yes. Pretty good movie. Just a
skinny iguana in leather chaps that reach down to his very large feet and long hands.
Mm-hmm. It's extreme.
This is a slender, horny guy.
It's extremely horny. But yeah, there's some other things. I think my personal favorite, though, is there is what looks like a ghost-type dog that just looks like one. Like it's covered with skulls, and those skulls look specifically like the skulls from the Sachiel angel from Evangelion. So I'm extremely into that. I'm definitely going to catch one of those and call it Sachiel. And then I'll probably... Because I think Sigilif is in this one. I don't know if I still have the Sigilif that I had a while ago, but I had a Sigilif that I named Sahakiel after the other Evangelion angel that kind of looks like. So I don't know.
That weird Nazca Lines psychic bird thing from like Gen 4 or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't evolve. Yeah, that thing is cool.
So I hope that they keep adding more weird Pokemon like that, because I want to make just a full Evangelion team. That's the dream.
Well, based on the information here, are you gonna do Saw Bunny? No, Score Bunny, Grookey, or Sobble?
I said I was going to go with Sobble back before, and I think I'm going to stick with it.
Yep. You're going to have a horny spy Pokemon?
I guess so. I mean, I'm not particularly invested in the horny spy, but I said what I said. I'm going to stick with it. You haven't seen...
So I'm looking at...
You haven't seen Score Bunny's evolution, which specifically is because the person who is doing the leaking just didn't pick... I think they're using Grookey and their rival picked Sobble. So nobody has a Score Bunny in their game.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's out in like a week and a half. So we'll see it. We'll see everything in a week and a half. It's exciting.
Yeah, this leak shows Grookey kind of hunky looking.
Mm-hmm.
I like his hair a lot.
He's got interesting hair. Yeah, I'm very excited. Oh, I love Pokemon so much.
Okay, I'm glad this helps make you love Pokemon more.
I mean, they could show anything and I'll eat it up.
Every single one of these Pokemon that I'm seeing in this leak, they all have the same half-eye expression, and it's freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't know. James,
they are all like DreamWorks leery half eyes, like, hey, I don't care if you like me or not. I'm evil, but also like I'll be your friend. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why they look like the eyeball expression that they've got makes them look like fake Pokemon. Which helps reinforce how real they feel in this leak. Is like, oh yeah, they would. Game Freak would do this. And so I'm just like, what is this is that the style now? Is just like all these Pokemon are gonna have half-eyed closed expressions to be like, hey, play with me, but also I don't care if you don't play with me, like whatever.
I don't know.
I'm a pet, but I also have my own agenda.
I guess that's up to James Turner, the artist. I guess that's up to him.
Is this James Turner's isms?
I don't,
because this is all him, right?
He's the art director for this one.
Wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Niall, what else is going on with you? What else is up?
I've also been playing a game called Arcade Unchained. So this is a re-release of an MMO called Arcade, which came out a few years ago and was sort of notorious for being like very exploitative and pay to win and, you know, stuff like that. Until I believe its like original developer went bust and like the rights to the game were purchased by a new studio headed up by the original creative director, I think is how that went. And so they've re-released it as a buy-to-play game, so you buy it once and there's no subscription, and they took out all the pay-to-win stuff.
They really are like literally billing this as it's B2P,
right?
Quote, buy to play,
exactly,
or as I call it, normal.
Exactly, yeah. You know, and like I had never heard of this game. I actually found out about it through a Dead by Daylight streamer I like, who made a video about it, being like, "Hey, they're relaunching my favorite MMO, and it's going to be good this time because they took out the bullshit." And it is a lot. There are 1 million systems, and it explains absolutely none of them to you. And the learning curve is extremely steep, and I'm sort of like, I think I'm about 20 hours in, and I feel like I'm only now starting to get a grasp on like combat. The game has the most like the most obtuse class system I've ever seen in an RPG. It has 220 classes.
What?
So the way it works is you choose 3 skill sets, and depending on the combination of skill sets, that defines your class. But it, like, at the start of the game you get like 6 to choose from, and as you level up you can add new ones or, you know, sub new ones in and out. And it took me forever to like figure out any kind of combination of skill sets that would make a class that I could kind of sort of play. Like, at first I wanted to be a healer, so I was using the like healing skill set, which is vitalism, I think it's called. But like at early levels, the healing spells are basically like worthless and incredibly weak. And it was like at the point where like if I took on any one like just regular enemy that I would see out in the world, there was like it was a coin toss as to who was going to win, you know, like I could and like I was just like dying to these like very low level enemies because I couldn't deal with them. And like the game explains so little, and like your skills are so weak at the start. And eventually I found like a trio that's kind of working for me now, which is like Battle Rage, which is like your very heavily melee focused thing, Malediction and Occultism. So I am now like running my class at the moment is called like a Soul Thief, I think. And I've got some cool skills, you know, like I can send a giant snake under the ground to pop up and kill people, or, you know, I can like leech somebody's soul or whatever. I think eventually, once I kind of like understand the game better and get used to it more, I'll probably like swap the like melee focus one out for like, I think it's called Shadow Play, which is like a weird magic stealth thing as I understand it. But like that's going to be some way down the line. Like, trying to wrap my head around it is a lot to deal with. It does have some like cool things as well. Like, the way the story is structured is it's kind of like a Horde versus Alliance thing. It's not called that, but there's 2 basic like nations, and depending on which of the 6 races you pick will determine which, you know, nation you're a part of or whatever. And you can't communicate with people of the other until you learn their language, which is kind of cool. Like, if you see another player from the other faction, you have to learn their language before you can chat or whatever.
That's neat.
There's open war zones, so like as like most of the game is an open war zone, so PvP is just enabled in general. For people who are like breaking rules and griefing, there's a trial system where like I guess you can register to be a juror, and like occasionally in the world chat you'll just like you see something pop up like so and so is now on trial, begin the trial, and you'll see it going on in the chat.
What?
And I've seen a couple of really good ones in there.
What?
Like the first time I saw it,
you've seen multiple good trials in your MMO?
Like wild shit. Like the first time I'd ever seen it, like the person on trial was like, yeah, listen, I did whatever, but I did it because this guy was like griefing me and my friends. He was like way like over leveled compared to my friends, and you know we're like similar levels, so I decided to get one back on him, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, that's fine, you can go, you're like free. And then like 5 minutes later, because like everyone can comment but not everyone can be on the trial. Like you can just
so wait, everyone everyone in world chat could just like comment on this trial that's happening, and the jurors and the judge are all like in this world chat too.
Yes, and the defendant. And then, like 5 minutes later, after being found innocent, he was on trial again, and he was like, the only thing he wrote was like, "I got that motherfucker back," and everyone was just like, "Yes," and he was like let off again. Last night, I saw somebody was put on trial, and he had like gone on a griefing spree and just like killed a ton of like new players or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I did it because I'm an alpha male." And like immediately the entire world chat and all the jurors are just like fucking going off on this guy, and everyone's like, max sentence. And then the judge just comes up, "This person has been found guilty of all charges and has been sentenced to like 3,300 minutes in jail," which like worked out to like 55 or 56 hours that this person has to leave the game running while their character is in jail. Because I think being in jail only counts when you're logged in. So they're just like
oh my God.
Spending like 55 hours of in-game time in jail. That's the kind of stuff in this game that like I really like. I really want to get more into it and try and peel back the layers, because I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff here. The launch was kind of rocky as well, and people were like, I guess, like exploiting, or found like an exploit on some world boss and completely like destroyed the in-game economy. So they had to go on like a huge banning spree and like all like, because it's a game that I guess like very much. I don't know how the currency system works. It makes no sense to me. It's like you have gold and silver and copper, and I think 100 copper makes 1 silver, and like I think it. I think 100
I mean, you couldn't.
Silver makes a
it was
gold.
hard enough to figure out how to make your character bop the other bad guys on the head and make their health bar go down.
Right? Yeah. Like
I can't imagine what this economy is going to be like.
Yeah, the economy stuff is unbelievably obtuse. I got a quest early on in the game, or not early on in the game, maybe like 8-9 hours in, that was like, "Hey, you want to learn how to be a fisher? Okay, cool. Go craft a fishing rod. Here's what you need." I'm like, "Okay, how do I get this stuff? You haven't taught me how to like mine or gather the like resources to make this fishing rod, and I don't know where to buy the stuff either. You haven't taught me any of this. You haven't told me how to do any of this." Like, and so
you haven't started the quests to get your electrician apprenticeship?
Apparently not. Like, there is just so many systems, and it's so overwhelming, and I feel like I think I forget where it was I read it, or maybe I heard it on a podcast or something, but like someone at some point like did an interview with like one of the top people at whatever the dev's name is, Gamigo, I think, and like they asked them like, "Do you not think this is like very hard for new players?" And the guy just went, "No, it's fine. You know, people expect that from Arcade." And I was just like, "Great, okay." So you have no intention of making this more friendly. Awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where. Oh, it does a very bad job at explaining the most core aspect of any MMO, which is getting new gear. I am still using the gear I started the game with. I have leveled it up because you can like use leveling items that you get to like increase its stats. I did not find that out until I was like level like 27 or 28. So I was still running around with my like starting sword and my starting like leather armor, just like So I think like after figuring that out as well, that kind of helps with combat. I still usually get killed, like if there's more than one enemy that I have to fight at a time, but like it's slowly getting better. I'm excited to see maybe more of it and how it develops over time, but like,
is this an MMO that like that stands by that John Romero game design ism, where you can beat the game with the starting equipment? Because that would be buck wild for an MMO. That would be unreal.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like like, from what I've heard, like, you don't really start getting cool gear until you hit, like, level 50, which I think is roughly around where the story, like, kind of ends for now, or at least the main story. And there's a bunch of different main stories. Like, your main story is, like, dependent on what race you picked. I picked, like, I think it's called Warborn, who are, like, these demons created from the souls of the dead to, like...
You sure did, Niall.
To, like, be the, like, like, army of some, like, evil underworld queen who are now repentant and being controlled by another, like, faction in the game or whatever. It's... The story is ambitious
and again,
and messy and not great.
So you are a shadow demon,
yes.
And out of 220 possible skills, you found the 3 that make you into a shadow thief.
A soul thief, I believe.
A soul thief.
Yes.
Thank you, Niall.
Yeah, I can also transform into, like, a beast mode version of myself, which is weird.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, once you hit level 30, you can transform. One thing I do really like is that, like most MMOs, your character is just kind of a blank slate with no personality and no voice. But they kind of go out of their way to give you a personality and a voice. Like, your character is voice acted in cutscenes. Your character will actually respond and have conversations with other characters, which is a thing I'm not used to as somebody who plays, like, Final Fantasy XIV, where my character just kind of stands there and nods while everyone else talks. So that's something I like as well. I wish the story was better. It's going for something. It really doesn't work. At least the story for the race I'm playing, because it's dealing in some messy allegories to, like, slavery and stuff like that, because you're basically playing a slave race, which I didn't know that was where this was going, and I don't think they handled it super well. Like, they're clearly trying, but it just doesn't really hit its marks in that respect, I guess. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good MMO that is very much for people who probably have a lot more MMO experience than I do.
For the immaculate MMO connoisseur.
Right.
There's some cool sounding stuff in there, though.
There is. I wish it explained any of it.
You're kind of tripping through all of it, but, like, keep sending us screenshots, because it sounds like a lot of weird stuff happens in that game.
Yeah, I want to get to the point where, like, I'm high enough level that I can register to be on juries and stuff.
God, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it just sounds silly and fun. Like, I in that one trial where, like, the guy was like, I did it because I'm an alpha male, there was somebody on the jury who was, like, really mad because he had, like, left a raid to be on the jury, and he was like, you're wasting my time with this. So
you can literally have, it's like an old-timey jury thing. You could literally roleplay the B movie in this system.
You could. It's really, really something. Hopefully I don't ever get put on trial, but we'll see, you know.
Hey, Niall, I fucking dare you to get put on trial.
I don't know how to get put on trial yet. I don't know how. I don't know how
when I figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know how you grief players outside of the open PvP zones. So.
I can't even grief the enemies with the health bars.
Yeah. Listen, if I was struggling to take down, like, a bat, then, you know, like, other players might be above me. Like, I've only been killed by another player once. Like, I was in it, like, the towns in the game, you can't do PvP even if they're in a war zone. Like, the towns are all guarded by, like, neutral factions or whatever, so if somebody starts trying to cause shit, they just immediately kill them. And so somebody was running around a town I was in and trying to like kill other players and was getting insta-killed for it by the guards or whatever. And I was leaving the town just as he was respawning, and he came up and he was way higher level than me, and he just fucking killed me immediately. And I was like, well, alright.
Yep.
I respawned and luckily just went on my way, but like...
MMOs, baby.
It sure is it's a hell of an idea for a game, and I hope it's successful. It seems like it's doing really well. Like, all the servers are always nearly full. Sometimes I still have to queue, like, so it seems to be doing well.
Okay. Before we move on to questions, Solon.
Yeah.
I want you to give this the amount of time that you think is necessary. Do you want to talk real quick about the shit that Blizzard announced?
BlizzCon's going on right now. They announced Diablo 4. I'm not a Diablo fan, so I literally could not care less about this. It'll probably have that still insensitive class in it, and a bunch of numbers that go up really high. Overwatch 2, which is not really a sequel, because, I mean, Overwatch is just a system that runs, but it's got a story mode now. 4-player narrative co-op mode, which is also pretty much just their event stuff anyway, but now it's like a longer event. None of this at all matters nearly as much. I guess they're teasing a World of Warcraft expansion, which is like, oh, same old, same old. They better make a new game, because otherwise then that's literally it. The more fun, important thing, interesting thing is they still can't apologize for what happened with Blitzchung at the World Finals, was it? For Hearthstone?
I think it was just a regular tournament. I don't believe it was like
National Finals. It was up there though, right?
I think it was
prize
like,
pool.
It was like the Taipei Masters or something, I think.
That sounds right. Masters level tournament, where Blitzchung got banned for supporting Hong Kong and Hong Kong's independence. And so we know about that. We've talked about it the last 2 weeks. The Blizzard president put out a statement that said I'm just not even going to quote it because it doesn't matter. It says we're sorry, and we're specifically sorry that we hurt people's feelings. Not sorry for banning Blitzchung or anything like that, just, oh, sorry. And so Fight for the Future is at BlizzCon right now, outside protesting and giving t-shirts out to people. Just the turnout that I'm seeing from that whole thing is incredible. Just how quickly they've mobilized on a very, very specific direct action type of thing has been, and for something that is international. This is not something that is U.S. local. This is something that affects all of us everywhere around the world. And so it was just very interesting how they are doing demonstrations directly at BlizzCon. So yeah, there's Overwatch 2. They finally added a black woman to the game. Her name's Sojourn, and it's like 4 years too late. I know the game came out 3.5 years ago, and that's still 4 years too late.
Yep.
Because people have asked for this since day one. They've been very nice about it, and then they got desperate about it, and then they started begging about it, and then it didn't happen, so everyone gave up 2.5 years ago. Anyway, Overwatch is over. They're making a second one, but it's way too late. Why is it called Overwatch 2? I don't know. It's gonna be the exact same game. There's not anything different about it. It just has PvE. So yeah, that's all.
All right.
That's the Blizzard update.
All right, thank you so much. Let's move on to questions. If you want to send in questions, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like these fine folks right here. Anonymous asks, what's a horror game you always revisit for Halloween? Deep Fear and the Resident Evil 1 remake are staples of the season for me.
Ooh.
I don't really revisit games on like a specific time frame. But I feel like this year was just good for that kind of stuff. I'm thinking I would not be opposed to just poking my head into RE2 remake here and there. That's definitely up there. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to keep talking about Resident Evil, I mean, every time I think about Resident Evil 4, I want to replay Resident Evil 4, and I just thought about Resident Evil 4. So I want to play Resident Evil 4.
Time to get your GameCube chainsaw controller out.
I need to actually own one of those, because I don't have one.
Why do I want one of those?
Because
it obviously sucks.
Because it sucks so much, but that's why it's great. I love I love weird controllers. I want to own weird controllers. I don't own any, but like every time I see a weird one, I'm always like, I'm never going to use that, but I want it. So, maybe that should be like, if you want to birthdays in the future, just be like, I saw a weird controller, John. Here you go. It was $10. That's the kind of shit I want for birthdays and shit. There you go. My Christmas list plan. There you go.
Yep. Mine is Condemned: Criminal Origins for the Xbox 360.
Good one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Every 5 years for Halloween, come back to it because it was one of the first games I ever Let's Played, and it's going to be the last game I ever Let's Play. I'm just going to do it every 5 Halloweens or so. I just want to be that big man. What is his name? John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
Something. And he eats dead birds, and then he hits people. He smacks them with the 2x4 and tases them, and it's very funny and very surreal, spooky story horror stuff, and it's just so simple and fun. Love that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend not to revisit a lot of games, honestly. Just because like there's so much stuff I want to play that like I haven't played before or whatever, or there's so many things coming out all the time that it's just like I don't tend to revisit like classic horror games at Halloween or anything like that. I usually find something new to play.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess like the closest thing is just like I've been playing Dead by Daylight since last Halloween, so that's like as close as it gets.
That's a tradition.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Super Garbage Bunny asks, what do you think Shadow the Hedgehog likes on his pizza?
Guns.
Meatballs and pineapple.
I was going to say bell peppers.
You know, I don't think Shadow the Hedgehog actually likes toppings on pizza and is very, very against it.
You think he just gets cheese?
Goes for cheese. Yeah, anytime anyone says, cheese is a topping, he gets really mad.
No, it's not. It's part of the original package. Don't
like
try
he's
to
seen a
argue.
margarita pizza and he's been like, "What is this? This is not pizza."
Do you think he likes his pizza without sauce? Like, is he like the kind of psycho that just has like the bread and cheese and that's all he wants?
No. he calls pizza pie, and you got the dough, you got the sauce, you got the cheese. That's a pizza. If it's anything more or less than that, he just denies that is even real.
Yeah, because he's the ultimate life form. So he's like pizza's the ultimate food. You can't improve upon it. I can see that.
Hatsune Miku did not give us this Papa John's pizza for you to add whatever you want to it.
I watched a video the other day of one of our favorite YouTube celebrities, Eric Mealtime. And he was making his own homemade pizzas with his son. Solon, you watched it too, didn't you? Yeah, and that was just like there was.
I have a lot of problems with you saying that's our favorite, and that's his son, and that they made pizza.
That is his son. So the pizza.
Pretty much every word you said seemed like you were lying.
Right.
Actually.
So John, I don't think you were there for that, right? But the pizza they made had no sauce. It was like a three. It was a 3 cheese pizza that I think was like mozzarella jack and like blue cheese, which is a nightmare combination for a pizza. And then
that was what the cheese they had, yeah.
And then he like cut it into 4 slices and made like 4 different like toppings like on each slice, or like
this was like a 6-inch pizza, by the way.
Yeah, and he was like
less than personal size.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm gonna open a restaurant, and like one of them was like onions, and like it was just a fairly standard like, you know, like veggie pizza or whatever, so that was fine. Like onions and okra and like something else.
No, yeah, that wasn't standard. There was okra on it. What the?
Okay, like
I mean, that's a little weird, but it's not disgusting.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's something you could eat, right? Like
a veggie pizza.
Yeah, it's a pizza somebody might eat. And then he made one that was like kimchi and natto beans.
Yep,
which was gross.
Stinky beans.
Then there was one that was like ham and honey and cookies, which was
chocolate melted cookies.
Yeah, and then there was another one that I don't remember.
Salty and savory.
Yeah, but
Sweet.
like you could tell like his son, who anytime his son is in the video, you can tell his son just like hates his dad or whatever, but like it was some of the worst pizza I've ever seen. I feel like that's the answer to like what Shadow wants on his pizza. He wants the Eric Mealtime prepared pizza.
Oh god. With Eggman? Is Eggman Eric Mealtime? What would Eggman look like as a YouTuber, as a VTuber?
Probably like the LA Beast, kind of, I would imagine.
Oh, I don't like... I'm just imagining now the LA Beast catchphrase, but it's Eggman?
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Ugh. And then he just sticks his long fingers into some vat of chemicals that freezes his hand to it shut immediately.
God. Shulis asks, which Three Houses character would you most want to see ping-ponging around the ring in WWE 2K20?
Edelgard.
Hubert. So basically just the Black Eagles.
I just want to see the entrance of Edelgard, I guess, is really what I want to see, because I feel like that would actually be really cool. That'd be like, when you make video game characters in your WWE 2K20 games, you have a couple that are like, haha, this is funny or weird or looks completely disgusting, but you have to have like 1 or 2 of them that makes them like makes everyone else look really good, like you know what you're doing. And like, I think Edelgard, if you could make little horns on a wrestling character, I think that'd be very, very good.
I mean, you could just like use one of Triple H's like WrestleMania intros for her and just like replace the like sexy skull ladies with Hubert. Just like 4 Huberts around her. But yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Wheel sent in 2. Shulis also sent in 2, but we'll get to that.
Sweet.
Wheels' first one. Who's the best fisher in video games, and what is the toughest catch?
Ooh. Big.
The cat?
The cat.
Alright.
That's such a good question.
What's the toughest catch?
Byleth. Byleth is the toughest catch. What is the toughest catch?
My answer is the weird old dude in Real Fishing for PS1.
That's the right answer.
There's that dude in Ocarina of Time, who's, I guess he's also in Majora's Mask, technically. Mm-hmm. You take his hat, that's a good catch.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much all the fish in Real Fishing are toughest catch, because that game is stupid as shit.
Okay, did you know, I saw this on Twitter, because the dev tweeted out, there is a fish that still has not been caught in Ridiculous Fishing. The little mobile app game, Ridiculous Fishing.
Huh.
There's one species of fish that just has never been caught by anybody who's ever played that game.
Weird.
Yeah.
Alright.
He was just like, hey, no one actually like figured out how to unlock this fish yet. It's actually kind of weird, but I'm not going to tell y'all. Just
that is weird.
hey, y'all. Just if you still have that installed on your phones,
go for it.
You know. I guess that's the toughest catch.
Yeah. Niall, do you have an answer?
God, no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know enough about fishing in video games. God, like, what is the
What's your white whale? What's your Moby Dick?
I don't know. I don't play a lot of fishing mini games. I've never played an actual fishing game, but like fishing mini games.
Old Nile in the Sea.
Yeah. I remember, like, I think I spent a lot of time with, or not a lot of time, but I spent more time fishing in, like, Dark Chronicle, Dark Cloud 2, depending what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Than any other, but, like, that was so long ago, I don't remember if there was, like, a fish I was trying to get.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here's Will's other question. Who would be on the crack team that you must assemble to kill the entire cast of Overwatch? He says that they could just be any fictional character or a SciTube regular. I feel like we should just narrow it down to SciTube characters.
You know,
LA Beast
I feel like
is definitely
my crack
on
team,
that list.
There's a part. So I know that there's a rogue element going on right now with Frederick Underfunny. And I think that he could probably, with his new giant metal arm, go through most of the Overwatch cast.
Mm-hmm. So LA Beast and Frederick Underfunny.
I feel like if you're talking any kind of tactical situation, you probably need Steve MRE.
Keep them fed at least. Kinoshita Yuka could definitely do some damage. I could just see her, like, unhinging her jaw and just devouring Winston.
Monkey goes in the mouth?
Yeah, that'd be the end of it.
Bye-bye, monkey.
Goodbye, Winston.
Goodbye.
I don't know who else would be, like, strong enough, because, like, I'm thinking about all the other SciTube villains, like, fucking... Review Bra, like a stiff wind would snap Review Bra in half. Cyber Knight would be too scared. Like if Reaper showed up, he'd just be like, "I don't like that guy. He's like a scary zombie. I don't want to go near him."
What are you thinking?
I'm just laughing at myself. When I
just Cyber Knight. Oh,
it sucks shit. God.
I'm trying to think about it in like terms of roles, like in like an Overwatch team or whatever. Like I feel like you're talking LA Beast is the tank.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is definitely like a DPS support hybrid, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like who would function as like the healer kind of hybrid like role or whatever.
It's
Moth
hard.
Vader, like just
jeez.
Maybe one of the like weird food reviewers that you pull up because they like maybe that like what are we eating guy because he like has all the knowledge about the food and then he could like find the healthy food. I don't know.
He doesn't have the knowledge about the food so much as he just reads the ingredients on the back and goes like,
I mean,
this is fucked up.
I mean, that's
Content.
That's more than most people, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they got to get it done quick.
Yeah, they got to. We got to kill them.
Those guys aren't going to be around for much longer.
All right, so we got two separate questions about Kenny Omega dressing up as Sans.
Hell yeah, we did. I fucking love video game choo-choo so much.
All right, so Shulis asked, since Sans' appearance in pro wrestling signifies his transition into the real world, where is he going to manifest next? And then Boss Stones asked, what's your favorite appearance of a game or game character in another form of media? Because that was associated with Kenny dressed up as Sans.
Sure.
So I guess first off, where do we think that Sans is going to manifest next? I think he's going to appear somehow in space. I think he's going to get brought up to the ISS, like someone will have like a Sans plushie or a Sans t-shirt when they go up to the International Space Station. That's my prediction. Sans will go to space next.
I think we're going to see Sans at the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Or like maybe not the Super Bowl, maybe like the Stanley Cup playoffs or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I could see someone during like
It's the next level down from the Super Bowl.
I could see someone during like the fucking halftime show, just like if they have some rock band up there, like whoever's up there is just like, my kid told me to play this song during the halftime show, and then they're just like, like that would be fucking dumb as shit, but I could see it.
Sans comes out and dabs.
yeah, DJ Khaled comes out dressed as Sans and like does his dance or whatever.
Just default dances on everyone dressed as Sans.
He'd be like, yo, listen to my Undertale, and start dancing.
Yeah.
So here's a weird one, very different medium. I think that the medium he's going to pop up in is fireworks.
Interesting.
I think that, like in Japan or at some kind of like really intricate 4th of July celebration or something, you're just going to see poof and like, that's my Sans firework. It's just going to be his face, right? Mm-hmm. With the blue eye. I think that would be the one.
Mm-hmm. I could see that, honestly. Mm-hmm. I could definitely see a Sans firework.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like an Undertale themed fireworks show. I could see that.
Yeah, what about like a Sans like float at whatever the like Thanksgiving parade
Thanksgiving
is?
Yeah. Oh, wait, we're like 2 weeks away or 3 weeks away from that happening.
We don't know. Yeah, they had fucking
Toby.
They had Goku last year.
Yeah.
Toby, how could we get you in the Macy's Day Parade?
God. And then
gigantic Sans.
For Boss Stones here, what is your favorite appearance of a game or game character in another form of media? I would say definitely all the dumb video game cameos in Breaking Bad are up there. Like Jesse playing the like custom-made version of Rage that was a fucking light gun shooter. Which, fun fact, they actually apparently Bethesda made that game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Bethesda actually straight up, like, made a short version of Rage that was a light gun shooter for that game. Like, that wasn't just, like, them doing some dumb shit. Like, I guess Breaking Bad, like, reached out to them and was like, hey, we want to use Rage in the game, or in the show, but we also need to invoke Jesse thinking about shooting someone. And they were like, okay, we'll make a light gun shooter version. Like, they straight up did that for Breaking Bad.
That's pretty incredible. Yeah, huh.
Yeah, how about you?
My favorite, do you remember when like, it was like the Grammys or something, and on TV someone was just like playing Spelunky in the back room?
No.
But it was like, like 2 years ago, so it was like 3 or 4 years after Spelunky had come out. I think Spelunky 2 was like coming out or something, so it was like way past when people normally would be playing Spelunky, but like, it was in like the back room, and so they cut to the person while he's waiting in the green room, and he's just there playing Spelunky. And it was just like this weird moment of like, oh hey, that's that game that everyone loves and forgot about. Oh, I want to play Spelunky now, and everyone did.
Weird. All right. Let's see here. There's two upsetting quick questions that I'll just read real quick. We don't, just can a ghost produce gamer goo?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
But only a gamer ghost.
Yeah, gamer ghost can. And then this other question is Luigi's massive hog still canon?
Is it, John?
I have not seen Luigi's dick in Luigi's Mansion 3. I can neither confirm nor deny, but unless they specifically mention that it is not, I would say that the safe answer is yes.
Well, yeah. And that means Goigi too?
I would think.
So wait, that means that, what's his name, the scientist dude, modeled this servant for him after Luigi, which means he had to model all of Luigi, right?
I mean...
I'm done with my line of questioning.
Yeah, there you go. Last question from Anonymous. If you want to send in questions, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask.
Have I said I love this site today?
Yes.
Okay.
With the knowledge that My Chemical Romance is reunited, what developer would you most want to adapt their 2010 rock opera Danger Days into a video game? The story is a voyage across post-apocalyptic, irradiated America, emphasizing the connection between a small group of rebels. I have never been into MCR. That is a gap in my knowledge. I hope that I am not stereotyping too much, but I feel like maybe you two would probably know more about MCR.
I don't know. It feels like a weird niche. Like, are there a lot of games that are like that, where like there's like a post-apocalypse setting and you're like emphasizing a connection between a small group of... I don't know if I've heard anything like that. That's a tough one.
I have very complicated feelings about My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Yeah, they're back. I heard them first when I was in middle school with what's the red album? Looks all dangerous and spiky. Right before Helena came out.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Is that the one you're thinking?
It was the one right before that. Yeah.
I brought you my bullets. You brought me your love.
That's the one.
That's their first one. Yeah.
Bullets and Love.
Yeah.
The cool chick in school showed me that, and I was like, "Damn, this is great." And then I said, "Damn," and I was like, "Oh, I'm 7th grade," and I said the D word.
Hell.
And My Chemical Romance is back, and I'm still in middle school, and so I'm kind of just questioning a lot of things right now.
Yeah, like, okay, I was a huge MCR fan for those, like, first 2 albums, and then between, like, 3 Cheers and Black Parade, they released, like, a live album / documentary thing called Life on the Murder Scene, and I watched that, and I thought that Gerard Way came off as a conceited, like, awful dickhead. And around that time, he was like on that documentary, he throws a bunch of bands under the bus, as I remember it, like a lot of backhanded compliments. And around that time, he was making an ass of himself in the media all the time. He was like constantly shitting on other bands, and he would like talk about how much disdain he had for being like called an emo singer or whatever. And like, I have softened on Black Parade considerably, but like, to me, anything after that is like, doesn't exist. So I would much rather they made a game out of like Bullets or something, which I think, you know, is their best album by a long way. But yeah, I can't.
Anyway, this is an incredible question, and my answer is Harmonix.
I would rather not see it done. There's enough post-apocalyptic games out there.
I think Harmonix doing a Danger Days rock opera video game would actually be kind of cool.
Maybe, but I feel like actually 3 Cheers is the album of theirs that would actually work for a rock opera style thing, because that already is kind of a rock opera, I guess. So, yeah.
There's so many different tones and moods in that album between Helena and what's the World War II music video one?
It's not Hang 'Em High, that's a different song. It's
Yep, there's Hang 'Em High too.
Oh fuck, what is that song called? The Ghost of You.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Oh,
The Ghost
that's
of
a different
You.
one. Ghost of You.
Ghost of
yeah.
You. Yeah.
All these different songs. That album's got a lot of good songs on it. Well, all right, I know what I'm doing after this podcast.
All right. Well, that should do it for the show this week. Thank you two so much for being on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And you're welcome.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously we have our usual wrap up, but I also like to just give a quick shout out to Trixie. We already talked about it on the anime podcast, but Trixie is leaving the site. It is amicable. We are not fighting. Don't worry about it. Just similar to Zach, she just has other things going on, but you know, if you want to listen to her one more time, she was on the anime podcast, and I'm sure that we'll have her pop in here and there from time to time. Because, you know, again, amicable and all that. So, give Trixie a nice little wave and a congrats to her for graduating, I guess.
Yeah, graduation gifts.
Yeah. And hopefully things are good for her. I hope she's not a stranger. That's all I can ask for. But otherwise, yeah, at VGCC is our Twitter, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com is our Tumblr. We have our Discord server, the GameZone.zone. You type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. You can hang out with us. And, see staff new and old. We have our Patreon, patreon.com/VGCC. Just posted our new Spyro Let's Play episode. We got, Starlight Car is, it's free now. We got a bunch of stuff just ready to go. Yeah, we got
Watch X-Chum.
Yeah, X-Chum just got updated. That's almost over. It's
soon.
Almost done. So we got new stuff coming up.
Oh, it's so good.
We have so much stuff just bursting at the seams with content. So please check it out and give us $3, just $3 a month, and that will get you more stuff. We're almost to $100.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, what if we were like, let's get to $100 by the end of the year? How about that? Y'all get us to $100 by the end of the year, and we'll do...
Let's talk about it. I think that's a great idea. Let's talk about what we're going to do for $100, because we should celebrate that somehow.
Sure, let's figure that out. But that's about it. Melt Channel, thank you for our theme song, Crush, off of the album Magic is Real. It's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or Magic Circuit on Spotify. There you go. That should be it. I'm not forgetting anything, right?
No.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
Good night, John.
Yeah, we'll be back next
John.
week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long.